where the
Well, the minority leader Haruna Idrisu has warned that the cooperation between his side and that of the majority will suffer the consequences following a decision by the Cape Coast High Court to annul parliamentary election in the Asen North constituency, which led to the election of Kwesen. Haruna Idrisu says the NDC will appeal the ruling to ensure that what his party considers as a politically motivated ruling is reversed.
We are addressing you on some developments from the Cape Coast High Court, which seeks to suggest a possible by-election in the Asen North constituency and the potential of our colleague, the Honorable Kwesen Gachi, being denied his legitimate role as an elected representative of the Asen North constituency, which election he won outright as a citizen born and bred in that community, but for some time had to sojourn in Canada. He subsequently, as I understand, renounced his citizenship, expressed so far back 2019, got his certificate at least before the elections. His renunciation certificate was before the elections. We in the minority remain unshaken. We are confident that it is our seat, it will remain our seat. Our first is to use the same legal processes and legal forum and opportunities available within the Constitution. We will contest the ruling. The judge erred both in law and in fact. Is a travesty of justice. But what is worrying, we don't want to believe that the courts of Ghana have been captured and that the courts of Ghana have become forums being used surreptitiously to tilt the balance of power.
Now, a member of the National Democratic Congress legal team, Alex Segbefia, says the NDC is not perturbed by the ruling of the court, which annulled the legitimacy of the Asen North MP, Mr. Gyachi Kwesen. The former health minister on the news beat insists that Mr. Kwesen declared allegiance for Ghana and annulled his foreign dual citizenship, being sworn in as an MP. He has, however, hinted that party may appeal the judgment. He spoke to Annie Efua Ampofo Gray on Newsbeat.
We will get a copy of the judgment and the process of doing so, and then we'll review the judgment and then look at the options that are available to us. We were quite saddened by the events of today because it mirrored what happened in the past in this same courtroom, in this same court, as well as in this same clients or the Mr. Kwesen's case. Why? We were before the Supreme Court yesterday, and the Supreme Court, if we even go for the by-election and decide not to go through the court process, we have no doubt in our mind that we will win the by-election. So we are not perturbed.
Let's now take a look at what exactly happened in court as the Cape Coast High Court declared the 2016 election result of Asen North as null and void, called for the rerun. The resident of Asen North, Michael Ankuma Nimfa, on January 6, 2021, applied for an interlocutory injunction to restrain Mr. James Gyachi Kwesen from being sworn in and holding himself as a member of parliament. His request was granted by the court, but the then MP-elect defied the court orders and went to Parliament to be sworn in as the part of the 8th Parliament of the 4th Republic on January 7, 2021. One of the issues which was to be determined by the court was whether or not the MP qualified to contest the election at the date he filed his nomination because of dual citizenship case, whether still can hold himself as a member of Parliament after his swearing in.
8 o'clock in the morning, right through to 9 o'clock. None of the registry offices that were responsible for filing of these papers was open. The cash office itself was also closed. So we were not able to file processes till after 9 o'clock. But the judge had already gone into court and started giving his judgment. We find this extremely, extremely unfortunate because it's a repetition of what happened the last time. We've heard what the judge has had to say, and the lawyer in the case, Justin Pagwa, is actually at the moment obtaining a copy of the judgment, which we shall look at closely and make various decisions. We are not in the least perturbed. We know that that seat will remain an NDC seat, either through the courts or through an election. Whichever way it's looked at, we know that seat is going to remain an NDC seat. We have no problem with that issue. But it's important that the right things are done and the right processes and procedures are followed. So we shall study the judgment. Of importance is the fact that a lot has been made of the Zaneto case. Zaneto case dealt with Article 94.1. This case is under 94.2. The Constitution itself deals with citizenship and allegiance as two separate things. The bottom line is, what did the people of Asin North want?
Today is another victory for rule of law. This is a petition that was filed by our own friend Michael Ankuma Nimfa. And today the court, after almost 6 months, has upheld our position and the petitioner's position for that matter. The court today has said that the election of Honorable Kwesi was in contravention of Article 94.2 of the Constitution, and then also Section 92A of the Representation of People's Act, PNDC Law 284, and that the election of Honorable Kwesi is illegal, void, and of no effect.
The editor for the Insight newspaper, Kwesi Pratt Jr., says it is total waste of time and abuse of public office to call for a parliamentary sitting just to present an award to the Speaker of Parliament, which could have been done on a normal sitting day. He says there is a problem if Parliament cannot call the Speaker to order for abusing the office. Member of Parliament for Subin Eugene Bochenchi on the same program said Parliament would have asked for a resignation if it was the time of Mike Okoye still in the seat. There is more in this. All these discussions took place on Metro TV's flagship program, Good Morning Ghana.
The event.
That's the presentation of the award itself.
So what was the purpose of this special sitting?
What, just for the presentation of the
Because the speaker couldn't attend the event.
Yes.
So Parliament House had to be turned into the. You have to do a second event in Parliament House.
But he's the Speaker of the Parliament, so
No.
by extension, he heads Parliament.
So the president should have held this at Jubilee House, and then Otufo will have a separate one at Mensha, and then
Come to Accra.
Manasseh will have one in his office.
No, but my brother, let us assume that let us say that the speaker had very good reasons for not attending.
Apparently, he had a seizure
No
on
problem.
a Saturday on his way to Kumasi.
No, there would be very genuine reasons why he could not attend. But
It doesn't call for.
and
special
you
sitting.
did this. You produced this for that.
Yes. These were the booklets we were given.
Yeah, but the point I'm making is that let us assume that the speaker had very good reasons for not attending, and that somehow this award had to be presented to him. Is this the best way to present the award to the speaker? Could it not have happened on a normal parliamentary sitting, where people come and present this, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, everybody goes back? Why organize a special sitting of parliament at this expense?
That's the question.
Well, why organize? And the inconvenience to parliamentarians.
It shows you the hypocrisy in our country, right? If now MPP is in power, if I had an MPP speaker doing this, you'd have felt the wild noises from.
But we are speaking about it.
No.
Yes.
In the studio.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about parliament.
Okay.
Right? If Michael Quay in 2019 had done something similar, you'd have heard the noises of.
Yeah, carry on.
Let me be careful with my words this morning. You've heard the noises from the other side, the wild noises. I don't want to use any adjective this morning. Right? Fine. But now, we have a speaker from the other side. So we are all waiting to see if somebody will have the courage to even file a question saying we want to know the expenditure for the special sitting.
What stops your side from also filing the question?
It can be done.
So the story is the Minister of Roads and Highways, Kweku Agyeman-Manu, has warned against indiscriminate parking and hawking around the Pokwase interchange. He was speaking to my colleague Shadrach Odamie during the regional minister's tour here in the region.
We get up in the morning and drivers say that they are not working throughout the country. The country will come to its knees. The country will come to a halt. So we must do everything possible to support drivers. They are doing great job for the economy. That's why I said that they are the shakers and the movers of the economy. Okay? They transport human beings, they transport goods. They do everything so far as mobility is concerned. Okay? And they must be respected, highly respected. But that does not mean that any group of drivers could take the law into their hands and do whatever they like. You know they have transport unions, and you need to meet some of their executives. They are high-level, intelligent people. They even have among themselves their own rules and bylaws and conditions. Okay, drivers, if any driver goes wayward, their own union can even punish them. At times they suspend them and they do all kinds of things. They fine them, because they also want to bring dignity into their profession. You understand? So how can people be parking in the middle of the road, okay, either to offload goods or unload goods? How can anybody created by God with common sense want to be selling plantain?
The Minister for Roads and Highways, Honorable Amakwata, speaking to my colleague Ijari on the regional minister's tour. Still watching NewsFlash on Metro Television. We're taking a break. We'll be back with more stars.
In Ghana and in Africa, there is only one place to look to get that luxurious design and decor for your offices and homes. Visit Jamila Home. We give you the climax of luxury wherever you find yourself. Presidential and executive office furniture, living room sets, dining set, stunning mirrors, adorable wallpapers, lovely king and queen size beds, valuable antiques and antique goods, beautiful chandeliers and more. Into the bargain, we provide caring customer service, prompt delivery service, skilled and artistic full house design and decor services, and free decor ideas for your space. Our products and service is unparalleled, boasting of top-tier clients all over the globe. Jamila Home, home of first-class quality furniture, beautiful chandeliers, and antiques.
Are you tired as a consumer in Ghana when it comes to issues that confront you as a consumer? Worry no more. Kofi Capito, I'm here to give you the information, all that you need to make sure that your right is protected as a consumer. We have too many laws and agencies that should protect the right of the consumer. I'm here to give you the information that will help and assist you to get goods and services delivered to you without any worries. Watch the Capito Show on Metro TV.
So the program is still on Metro Television. We are live on Facebook and also on YouTube and the handle Metro TV Ghana. Let's now take out the stories. As Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Sam George has described as an affront to Ghana's sovereignty as American embassies move to hoist an LGBTQ plus flag at its premises here in Accra. As part of the Pride Month, the embassy flown a flag in solidarity and support for the LGBT plus Q community here in Ghana. But speaking on Metro TV's Good Evening Ghana, the legislator urged government to take immediate action against the embassy.
Recently, the United States Embassy in Ghana put out an advertisement seeking for an advocate for LGBTQ here in Ghana. Okay, I believe that the U.S. Embassy must be minded by the Vienna Convention. The Vienna Convention on Diplomacy states that diplomats must be respectful of the local laws of their host country. If the host country criminalizes, as it is today, homosexuality in our country, it is an affront to the sovereignty of the state hoisting an LGBTQ flag in our country. The U.S. ambassador, this directive came from the State Department, and the flags were to be hoisted in June, because June is Gay Pride Month. The U.S. Embassy in Ghana did not do it. Because of the discussion on the passage of this bill, they're trying to make a grandstand position. It's needless showmanship, okay? Because the U.S. Embassy in Saudi Arabia has not hoisted a flag. And I would demand or expect the Flagstaff House to instruct the foreign minister to summon the U.S. ambassador.
Will you put an agent?
On this subject, the Ningo Pram MP also dismissed claims that Ghana will be blacklisted if the current anti-LGBTQ plus bill is passed into law.
The best LGBTQ bill in the world so far. We've looked at almost all the legislation that exists. In fact, the Ugandan bill is called Kill the Gays. The Kill the Gays Bill Act. It's been passed into law. Uganda has not been made a pariah state. Nigeria has actually imposed the death penalty for homosexuality. In Nigeria, Nigeria has not been blacklisted and called a pariah state. Ghana, that has a legislation that ensures the fundamental rights of a free trial in court for persons accused. Ghana, that has a reformative process in our law, in our bill, actually stands in better legal stead in the International Committee of Nations that we should not under any circumstances be blacklisted, except Ghanaians on their own go and lobby the foreign countries to blacklist us. But nobody can blacklist us, because I keep saying this bill preaches love and not hate. And even Jesus Christ, who is the epitome of love, he loves sinners, but there's a punishment for sin when you sin.
Let's not find out and understand why the U.S. Embassy has done what they did by hoisting the flag of LGBT plus Q community and their embassy. These are the words of a diplomacy expert, that is Dr. Julius Kwache Keita. According to him, Ghana should not be in a haste to chastise the U.S. Embassy, but rather have a conversation with them to find out what prompted their action. He believes if Ghana should rush in doing anything, it might affect the bilateral relations between Ghana and the U.S. Embassy.
To the public as a problem, but let us go further into diplomatical understanding of the issue. We need to know Because every occurrence or every issue diplomatically need to be understood. So we need to understand why. What are the things that what the reason why US has done that? We need to find out first as a country. It's very important. I would also find out. Every individual would have to, the government would have to put measures in place, machinery in place to find out.
We are in a Pride Month, a month where persons who fall under the LGBTQ actually celebrate what they call the Pride Month, actually. And so it's in connection with that. If Ghana is still talking about this and a section of the country frowns on this, and we have an embassy still hoisting a flag, in as much as there are a lot of talks about it, is that not disrespect to what the country is actually fighting for?
Well, for the country to fight on the basis of not allowing LGB to happen in this country, or for it, there are legal processes that have to take place, and those legal processes are the processes that the government is putting in place for things to be done in the right way. If I may understand the question well, you get my point.
Yeah.
Because everything that happens relating to human rights need to follow certain fundamental rights, and those rights must be stipulated in the Constitution. And if it is not found in the Constitution, what do we do? What are the things that we have to do to put measures in place? Mind it to be even dangerous for African countries, Ghana specifically, to let these people go into hiding and be doing things in hiding, where their social inclusion ability will not be recognized. We might.
Let's now bring you some story beyond the borders of Ghana. An Ivorian journalist, Princess Imbra II, has hinted a possibility of having the former president of Ivory Coast, Laurent Gbagbo, charges dropped as a result of the new relationship established between him and the current president, Alassane Ouattara. Laurent Gbagbo still faces a 20-year prison sentence after he was convicted in absentia of looting the regional bank during the Civil War. Both President Alassane Ouattara and bitter rival Laurent Gbagbo met for the first time since the Civil War, which killed 3,000 people 10 years ago.
You know, the fact is that Laurent Gbagbo and the President Alassane Ouattara, they were very important actors of the crisis that Ivory Coast faced. But before the crisis, we noticed that there are other actors. Sure, Laurent Gbagbo stayed in the prison for a long time, and he came in Ivory Coast to really get at his place, meet the president. But he's not the only actor of the different crises that Ivory Coast face. When Katina give this word, give this sentence, it means that even if Laurent Gbagbo and the President Alassane Ouattara met and they celebrate peace and really they talk about the different actions that they have to perform for a real reconciliation and peace, we have to know that there are other actors. It means the victims, the population, the militaries that took place to these different crises, and the other political parties. The reconciliation of Ivory Coast is not only linked to these two people, but all the population of Ivory Coast must be involved in this process. Laurent Gbagbo and Alassane Ouattara met yesterday, and this meeting can really resolve many situations. The first situation that can resolve is that they will be close to each other's. And when they are close to each other, it means that there are some situations that we have to drop off. Alassane Ouattara knows if he's determined to really go to peace and reconciliation in Ivory Coast, it means that there are some situations that he needs to cancel.
That's all for now on NewsFlash here on Metro Television. We came to you from the Kwabahima studios in Office Complex at North.
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.
It's News Night here on Metro TV and also on DSTV channel 277. In current affairs, we have the latest political and social news. The Business Bit brings you up to speed with the happenings in the world of business, commodities, the stock and forex market. We also have the latest in the world of sports, plus news across our borders. in our international segment. We're on air.
Hello and welcome to Metro News Night, live from our studios here at number 8 Avenue Extension here in Accra. My name is Noble Crosby Island.